Hey y'all, welcome back to SJGames Live. It may sound like we just said a joke off camera, but we didn't. We're just laughing. We are here with Ben and Randy, and you see Ben here, and you're like, "Where's the
an
paint?"
odd
at?
lineup,
There's
isn't
no,
it?
there's no paint.
There's no paint on his hand. We're like, "Where's the paint?"
Where's the
He's
paint?
actually here to play a game with us.
Yep.
It's a very rare occasion
It's
we actually
happened
get
like
him here.
once.
Exactly.
Before, I think.
I kind of tricked him. I told him it was gonna be a hobby stream, and then we decided we're gonna launch Groo, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"I
he
got
saw me
you.
walking in with
You
my
committed."
armfuls of paint. He was like, "Psych."
Psych, we're playing Groo. So some of you may notice Groo, the game, launched today on Kickstarter. It's already been a really big success. It's doubled its funding, more than doubled its funding.
Doing well.
Doing real well. People have been
If you hadn't heard of it, go check it out.
Yeah, it's awesome. We'll throw the link in the comments below. But we have an earlier production copy. This is not a final copy, so certain things may be different from the final. But it's like a
real
mostly
close.
final. It's close to what you're gonna see.
Real close.
And we're gonna play Groo, and you get an idea how to play. I'm gonna go through like the basics of it, so you guys know what's going on generally. Groo was printed originally 25 years ago, 1997, based on the Sergio Aragonés comic Groo the Wanderer. If you've ever heard of that, it's a really popular comic. That's long-running comic. It's been around for a long time.
Used to collect it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool. And finally back in print. It's been a very hard game to find. Steve really likes it. A lot of people really like it, and we got the rights to it, and we're printing it with the expansion as well. So I'm gonna do a quick unboxing here and show you guys how this looks here. If I can throw an overhead, and then we'll get right into the game.
Boom.
Boom.
The
We got
box.
rules, and these have a tear in them because I've already been flipping through them.
That's
No,
like
no,
a
you're good,
Munchkin
you're good.
size box, right? I mean,
Yes, this is the same size as a Munchkin core box. So
Okay.
you get a cool cloth bag with some of that Groo art on it, which is really neat.
the rules: one sheet,
we're
two
not gonna-
sides.
I got chunky dice. These are stickered dice, so they come with stickers. You put the stickers on them, but they're really nice, chunky, and they've got an indentation. One of the things with sticker dice is sometimes you feel like the stickers might rub off. These are really high quality though, and they have a ridge around them, so they
If
don't
you
really.
played the old one, it wasn't even that it rubbed off. The stickers get dirty
Yeah,
because
but
when they touch a surface, you pick up all the oils,
Yeah.
and the oil picks
but
up
these have indentions on them, which
So the
helps a lot.
indention should help that.
Boom, and we got the dice bag. You don't really need a bag for the dice, but this kind of makes it a travel game because you can throw everything in here.
Yeah.
Because we actually included our own little tuck box for all the cards, so you could, if you wanted to, take it out of the big box and make it all go in like a smaller container if you wanted to.
Oh
But
no,
no, you can fold that one more
doesn't
time.
fit.
Fold the rules one more time.
It doesn't fit.
Fold the rules one more time.
Yeah, you want me to fold the?
I would.
Oh no, but it does like, ooh, it's all poking out. It's
So here we got our phase card. Here's our Groo card, and then I'm gonna give these. You know what, Randy? Since literally every game we play with cards, he's complained about my shuffling. Randy's now official shuffler.
And you haven't played much with Hunter, but there are some
That's
suspicious
suspicious.
activity.
really.
Like the cards come out in a very specific and suspicious manner.
See, people complain about my shuffling, but it's always like, "Oh my God, you're mangling those cards, Ben. What are you doing to your cards? Good God, please, those cards, you're hurting them. Let me
You're
shuffle
hurting
for
them.
you."
You're reducing the resale value.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's the only way I know how to shuffle this. To just really just grab those suckers.
Get in there.
and fold.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
if
see,
this
that-
was
that,
a collector,
like, nice like.
It's
Yeah, I don't know
beautiful.
how to do that.
you don't want to do it with
Yeah,
like
pull back
CCGs and things like that. You know,
Oh, I
the
do it.
ripple
I do
shuffle.
it. Whatever.
Because that will, I mean, you're gonna wear them.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
I've played with so many bicycle decks where they're like, you know what the answer is? Get another deck of bicycle cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Play with them.
Uh,
These cards are standard.
And I want to mention for people at home, if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the comments. Brandon will pop in. We don't have Jimmy this week. He is out of town, unfortunately. He abandoned us for Groo Week, but we'll get him in a game next week, I think. That'll be our, that's going to be his makeup game. At the beginning of the game, once Randy's successfully shuffled this deck, we are going to each get 5 cards.
Well, let's talk about the pieces.
I was going to go through the...
I'm out of order. You're out of order.
Thanks,
Throwing
thanks,
those
Randy.
cards in a very suspicious manner.
I am.
Exactly.
They're
So I guess
very
we're gonna what I'm going to
suspicious.
show you first is the different card types. So the goal of the game is I'm trying to build a town, or we're all trying to build a town that's worth 7 total points. So that red number there. Ooh, there we go. Red number there's worth is how many points it is. On the side of cards, if you can build them, they'll show you how to what they cost. It's called costs a gold coin or a copins, as it's called in the world of Groo. That'll deal with these dice, which I'll show you how this works in a second. So you're trying to build 7 points worth of buildings. You can build armies to defend them or attack other people's villages. So this one costs the supplies to build, and then has there's a power. The skull is how much damage it can do, and the shield is how much it defends for if you use it to defend, which is not great for the bowman.
Your troops are one and done.
Exactly.
So, attacking, they're like a missile. you're not getting it back to reuse it, and then on defense, if it defends against anything, it goes away at the end of the turn.
You've got Groo cards, the titular Groo himself. Groo is represented by this card here, who's going to travel around to different towns kind of randomly. It's based on a die roll, but you can also manipulate it a little bit with some of these Groo cards. Other cards that pop up might affect it. And wherever he's at, these Groo cards can be played and cause problems. Like this one's a minor problem, which can destroy buildings, do all sorts of different stuff for it.
The concept is he's trying to be helpful, but he is a walking disaster.
Yep.
So any town he goes to is worse off after he solves their problem.
Exactly.
Like, we're always worse.
These rainbow cards here are wild cards. These are generally able to be played whenever, or specifically it'll tell you on there
The
when
text
they can
will
be
say,
played.
when this happens, do this thing.
And they don't cost they don't cost anything to play, so none of the symbols or anything like that, like you saw on the other cards. This is just a thing that happens. The last type of card that we have here is an event card, which have the purple borders. Purple border event cards, they happen as soon as you draw them. So this is not like a wild card. It's like as soon as we draw them off the deck, bam, the event happens.
And they say that, I believe, in the first line of the...
Yes, and if we draw any in our opening hand, we'll put those back and we draw
Yeah.
again. So those are the different card types. Ultimately, the goal, again, making our own villages that are worth 7 points or more.
8, because we are playing with 3 people, it is 8.
8, okay, sorry, yes.
It would normally be 7 in a 4-player game, but with 3 players, you go to 8, and there's another difference that I will discuss when you're doing the dice.
Let's go one more to the side, and I'm going to show off these dice. Every round, we're going to be rolling these dice and passing them around. You'll get an idea of how this works, but essentially one player is going to roll all the dice, and they'll have access to the resources on the dice, which are these, they have coupons on them, they've got labor, they've got supplies.
Let's see what those
So they are how we actually. Oh, they have Groo heads. I'm sorry, I should just show the guy himself. And these are going to be resources that you use to play the cards. There's also a Groo die that is dedicated to him that tells you where Groo moves. So he'll start and he either moves to the right, to the left, right once. There's left twice, and then there's a Roferto, which is his dog, which means he just stays still.
He
Tank
stays
top.
still. In a 4-player game, the double arrow would be move 2.
Yes.
In a 3-player game, the double arrow is going to function
It's
the
just
same
a-
as a single.
Yeah, because it would make sense because it would
Right.
just be like move two all the time. But yeah,
How many players is this?
uh,
2 to 5?
I want to say 2 to 5. I'm not 100% sure. Is this shuffled
Say
up?
on the box.
That's shuffled.
Where's the
Okay.
box?
Where'd the box go?
Oh, I put it up on the shelf here so people can see it.
What's the box say?
Box says
What does the box say?
2 to 6.
Okay. So it's really the 2 and 3 player that's gonna get weird.
It's not super weird with 3.
And it's
We played with 3 before.
It works just
2,
fine. You
2
just
has
have
a
to
variant,
know.
essentially.
You just have to know the different number of points. So you need a little bit more to get to the end, and then the double right arrows do not mean it comes all the way back to you.
Okay,
and double left is
If there are event cards,
If there's any
discard
purple
them.
cards you want to, we're going to shuffle them back and then we'll draw a new card for you. So any purple cards,
Give me another.
here you are.
Thank you.
So one
Ooh.
thing is every every round you're going to be drawing up cards. So there's never going to be a time where you're really out of cards in this game. You'll always have something to do. So is everyone good with their hands? No,
That
other
is
purple cards?
5 cards. There are no purple
Cool.
cards in my hand.
Awesome. So there's a phase card here. I'll throw it up in front of here, but there is a discard phase at the beginning of the turn. Essentially, I can discard any cards that I don't want. Maybe you've had a card that's been stuck in your hand a few turns. You're just not
Well,
rolling the right stuff.
It also helps if you've played any cards on somebody else's turn. You're going to get to start the actual playing of
Yes,
cards on your
that's
turn
true.
with a full hand of 5 cards.
Yes, so that's also
Don't be
useful.
afraid to play cards. Play them.
Yep.
It's fine.
Then you would, after you discard, then you draw up to 5 at the beginning of your turn. Then we have our attack phase. That's the one thing to keep a note of. Essentially, when we attack, it's before we play cards, before we roll dice, stuff like
It's
that. So
very easy to forget
Yes.
because it's not in a natural order, but it has to be there.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you'd have to have when you pay for an army, you can't use it on the turn of the card, and it
Yeah.
gets weird. They just solved it in a different manner.
Yep, so you do your attacks. Then we do our build phase where we're rolling dice and essentially building our buildings, which
Yep.
I'll show you how the leftover phase works in just a sec. And at the end,
You're
we
back up to
have
5
our
cards.
back up to 5
Yeah.
cards.
You
So
only
it's
get the discard at the start of your turn. You don't get free discards for the one
Exactly.
at the end. You're stuck with those cards.
So I don't have any. So going through, I'm not going to discard any cards, so I don't draw any cards. I have 5 cards in my hand. I don't have any army, so I'm not doing the army phase. Now I get to do the I get to roll dice here, which
These
will
are
look
large dice.
construction
They're chunky,
phase.
So you're
Oh
gonna-
god, these are really chunky. So I'm gonna try to roll it out here. We'll try to keep them in a general.
Should we use the box as like a dice?
We have an actual dice tray, but
Yeah.
I don't have a set spot for it. I just want people to be able to see it. So this is my roll.
First
Roberto is the first thing that happens.
Groo
That's the
goes
Groo.
nowhere.
So
So
he's hanging out here. I've got Groo heads. I've got 2 supplies. I've got 2 labor and a Copins.
and that's going to happen a third of the time.
So I
Okay.
can use as many or as few as of these faces as I want. I am going to use a couple for sure. I'm going to spend a labor and a supply, and I'm going to build an armory, which I'll throw over here. So an armory is worth 1 point. That's my first building in my town. It also adds +1 attack to any 1 troop card in my army. So essentially, when I send out people to attack, this could potentially make them stronger. And it's specifically the attack on those cards.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to spend another supply and troop, or supply and labor, to play. I'm going to try to slide these up a little bit. Sorry about that. Just so I can get my buildings on stream a little bit more. There we go. So I'm going to spend another supply and labor, and I'm going to build... let's build the Sage. This is a fun one. So the Sage has 1 armor and 1 attack. If the Sage is in your army, you may choose which enemy buildings are destroyed during your attack. Normally, when you're attacked and damage gets through,
We haven't described it, but normally the defender would choose.
Yes. So the Sage lets me choose. So I've got the Sage now. And so I've used this much. The Groo die is gone, and we still have a Copins and a Groo head. So now it's called the leftovers phase, and this is cool because it actually goes over to Randy. Randy gets an opportunity to...
Sadly, I do not have anything I want to do with this material. So
then
to
these
Ben.
go to bin, and the leftovers, they kind of get passed around the table for everyone to use. So can you use a Groo head or a Copins?
I can't use both. Can I use
You
both?
can
could
use
use
both.
both
Yeah,
if
you
you have
can use as many as you
Okay,
want.
I'm gonna use the.
I don't like the sound of that. For me personally, it sounds bad.
I'm gonna use the Copins to
Okay.
build a customs house.
the reason
Cool.
he's saying this is a Groo head is almost always used to play bad cards.
Yeah.
Where Groo is.
Where Groo is, where
Yeah.
and where Groo is me.
Yeah.
So customs house is when you roll the die. What does it say? Sorry.
When you roll the dice, remove 1 Copin result.
Oh,
So it
So-
seems like basically high VP.
it's bad for you,
it
but
has
it's
a bad effect.
yeah, but it's 2 VP like you said, and it's only worth 1 Copin, or it's only cost 1 Copin to build. So
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Copin are the
We're
a
gonna
rare
plot these
result
out
on
here.
this too.
Oh yeah.
The Copin and the Groo head only occur once. The supply occurs twice, and the labor occurs twice on
Yep.
each of the white die.
And then.
Okay,
Do it.
do it.
We're already
Do
starting,
it.
guys.
Do it.
It begins.
I hope I'm doing this right. I'm gonna spend the Groo head on a minor problem.
Groo destroys 1 building at the current location. So he is causing a minor problem in my town, which knocks out my armory. I have an army, but it doesn't matter against Groo. Groo is
Right.
a force of nature. So the armory goes away. The minor problem is also gone.
And
So
it's
thanks.
It's not personal. We just want to show people.
Yeah, that's just
The
a
game
tutorial.
works.
He
There's
didn't
nothing-
want to do that to me.
Right.
And
it does not. It should be no reprisal.
So-
there should be
necessary.
no reprisal.
No reprisal
I'm happy
necessary.
that you think that.
This is
Uh,
also one of those games where you don't want to fall in love with your hand too much because there are several cards to the deck that are like, pass your hand to the right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there are.
Pass your hand. If you're like, I'm building the perfect hand, just build.
Just build.
put
Put stuff
stuff
on
out.
the table.
It's safer here, even though it's not.
Even though it's
Put it
not,
in
as
your
you can
hand.
see. So at the end of the turn, I have 3 cards, so I drop to 5, and no event cards, so it goes
My
to
turn.
you. Do you want Groo too? I can pass that with the dice.
Let's
or-
look. Let's look. Discard phase is optional. Gosh. yeah.
I can't believe you were able to use the exact 2 faces on the die, and one of them was to screw me.
We're gonna just keep what I've got.
Okay.
Draw phase, no. I've got 5 cards. Attack phase, I have no troops to send. Construction phase, that's where I roll these dice.
Yes, sir.
And they're big, so I try to get a good spin on them.
Let's
Move
fly
to
the
the
dice out
right.
so people can.
So,
So this would normally be a double right, but since we're playing a 3-player game, it just moves once to the right.
Right.
So fortunately, it goes over here to Ben. Groo's
So-
hanging out.
Groo's living with you right
We're
now.
all pals. I'm sure he won't do anything
Okay.
terrible. while
So
he's
what we
here.
got? 3 supply,
Construction
a
phase.
labor, a Copens, and a Groo head. Okay,
I like this. I like this a lot.
that's good. A good little roll there.
It's a good little roll. Let's
Well,
see.
Unless you can't play anything, then it's a bad little roll.
Yeah. He's gonna be able to play something with
Oh,
all his choices.
Yes,
You think?
I got stuff.
He got stuff.
What's annoying is I've got this sage out here now, but it doesn't even do enough damage to destroy your building.
You know what? Let's
Exactly his plan.
Let's get some troops.
Brutal.
Let's put some troops on the table. That's
Okay.
what we're gonna do. We're gonna spend a supply, a labor, and a Copen
Stoplight.
to put out Abra and Decarba. Arba and Decarba.
Arba and Decarba. That's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah,
Just
a
card
lot of
beginning. I was just gonna read it so I can read the. Oh, thank you, Ben. Can you read that for me, Ben?
Discard at the beginning of your attack phase to switch hands with another player.
Well, I wonder why he mentioned the hand switching thing.
Yeah.
You don't know.
There you go. There you go. We'll throw yours up here too. So
Sure. And then I'm gonna play this. Use a supply to play this here Bowman card. It's simply 1 supply troop card for 2 attack and no defense. He's got stuff he does with life. And then I am going to pass the Groo head and the supply over to Ben. Ben, you got anything you want to build with them?
it sounded like you called him Ben Ben.
Ben.
Ben
Ben.
does not have anything he can do with these resources.
For the rest of the game, that'll be Ben.
now.
Ben.
It's Ben Ben. Okay, so it comes to me. I've got a Groo head and a supply. I actually do have something to build. I've got a guard tower. Add +1 defense to any 1 troop in my town. So
Nice.
it's like kind of the opposite of the one I had earlier that Groo so wonderfully destroyed. And then there's leftover Groo head. So this is the first time we've had dice that went all the way around. It doesn't go back to Rady. It just ends. On the last
Yeah, you
person.
don't. Nobody used it.
Yep. So that is the end of your round. So you can draw
Construction
up.
phase, leftover phase happens. Second draw phase. I will have 2 cards, please.
There you go. Any event?
1. No. 2. Event. Play this card right now. Until the beginning of your next turn, all Groo heads rolled are doubled.
So we'll keep this out as a reminder, but this is Groo's Rampage.
Okay.
So-
When you play an event card, you immediately it's gone, so I get to draw another card. I'm at 5.
Okay. Okay, Ben, it is your turn. Do you want to discard any cards?
No, I like these cards.
Okay, so you need 2, right?
Yeah. So I draw arrow up to the
Any
5. It's
yep, and
okay.
any event card?
Oh, no, it's not an event card.
I'm just doing 1 at a time, so if there's an event card, we can do it. And then yeah, you get your die roll. We'll try it.
All right.
You gotta get a good roll because they don't.
There we
move
go.
in. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, so it's
All right.
going to the first off. We resolve the
Groo's
Groo.
gonna visit a you.
Like that.
Okay, and then we have
A lot of supplies.
supplies.
Hey, we got the Copen.
Copen.
And this is worth double Groo heads this turn because of Groo's Rampage.
All right.
Actually, it's worth double until the beginning of his next turn.
I
So
know.
for a whole cycle here, pretty
Hey,
much.
you know what? No further Groo effect cards can be played.
We've got befuddled. So for this round, no Groo effects, which is unfortunate because Groo is on him.
it's also unfortunate.
Yeah, it's strange that I would do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was just about to play a card, but now I cannot. So
you can play other cards.
You can play
I
something
can
else.
play other cards. No, I can't actually play.
Really?
So you're just gonna get.
Oh my goodness!
all right.
Oh
Yuck it
my
up.
god! Yuck.
You can pull the Groo die out of there because it's
Oh yeah, you can't do anything with it.
not the Groo head.
No, it's cool. I'm gonna stick
The
it.
black die.
I
'cause it's
just
not
for
doing anything.
just for ease of play.
Well,
I am going to.
leaving the black die on who rolled it.
Oh,
can
you're talking
help
about
tell
this. I thought you meant the Groo.
No, no, no.
Sorry. I get what you're
That can help tell you whose turn it actually is when you're doing the leftover
Yep,
phase and
yep,
things are passing.
That's fair. No, I understand what you're saying now. I'm going to spin the Copens and the Labor to play a Pikeman, which is decently defensive. It's more defensive army. 1 power, 2 defense, but now I have this guard tower, which can make it 3 defense, which is kind of cool.
That's pretty good.
And then I'm passing you leftovers 3 supplies and a Groo head.
3 supplies and a Groo head. I'm not using the Groo head, and I do not have anything that uses.
Wow. Okay. What a turn.
What a turn!
What a.
So you get to. Oh wait, you didn't use the cards.
Leftover phase, second draw.
He didn't use any cards. So
Oh, Ben.
And it's not, you can't discard on your second turn
No.
phase. It's only just ways. It's okay. That he can discard
Maybe
the
there's great
next
stuff.
turn.
I don't know.
So beginning of my turn, I'm going to draw.
Are there any cards that let you reroll the dice?
There are buildings that let you affect it. I don't remember. I actually don't know all the effects of them, but I know I've seen some that like sometimes like in like this one. Oh, you should have removed the Copen's result. I wouldn't have been able to play that pikeman.
Oh.
However, I do have a different thing I could have played, which would have been the same result. I'll just be a wait, no, it was a cavalry. The opposite. Sorry, this is what we had. It was we had a labor. and a
Right, we're
supply.
doing some retcon here.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I solved the pikeman. So I drew up no event cards.
I mean, it's Groo. Things are crazy.
But
Screw world.
similar to this, there's stuff that adds results or lets you use certain results differently.
Yeah.
Okay.
So gonna roll these dice.
To the left, you say.
Yep. So that is
Go
going
to Ben.
to Ben. Gru's coming over to hang out. Again, Groo heads are still worth
Set
double.
up.
However,
I
okay.
have cheese dip.
Well, remember, there are no Groo heads rolled. So,
Oh.
but it's actually still not bad.
What do you
What
want to
is
do,
the-
Ben?
We're gonna do another retcon, and I'm
Okay.
gonna retcon me having played that card.
Just kidding.
So
Ender and I have both used our retcons, Randy. You still have one.
we have to change the
I'll
canon.
use it. I'll use. Don't worry, I'll screw it up. It's coming.
2 labor, 3.
Well, if you can't build something with that,
No, I can build stuff. I just wanted to make sure I was what I'm doing. You know what? Calm down. Everybody, stop freaking out for just a second. Ooh, interesting. We're gonna spend 2 labor and a supply to build an orphanage. Groo effect cards will not affect my buildings and troops.
Whoa.
Oh my.
That's
thing.
really strong.
And then I'm gonna spend a Copen's and a supply to build a shipyard. Unfortunately, this one is the opposite. If Groo even walks to my town, the shipyard is a goner. That's an
So
issue.
what? Yeah. What trumps what?
Well, this is not. This is Groo effect cards. This is
Oh,
just Groo. This is like if Groo even shows his face at my
got
place.
it.
However, this does put me at 5 points.
Look at that.
And now I'm leftovers phase. You get 1 whole supply. What do
As
you want to
we
do with that?
determined, I can do lots of things with just one supply.
That is true.
Would you pass that on to Ben? You may
Not
have
this
the
time.
supply.
Can't do nothing.
What a turn for old Hunter. And I didn't shuffle the deck this time, Randy.
Uh-huh.
So drawing up, I have 3 in hand, so I draw 2. Not an event card and not an event card. Go ahead.
All right. Discard phase optional. These are actually decent cards. Draw phase. May I have 1 card, please?
You may.
Not an event card.
Groo allows it.
Oh, I like that. Attack phase. Hey, Hunter.
Uh-huh.
My bowmen are coming. Well, let's see. My bowmen are coming at you.
I'll send the Sage, and they get +1 defense because of my guard tower.
So, here's how combat works.
I'll take these dice out of the way.
The bowmen go in. They are 2 attack power. That's the only
And I'll
number
show
on
them
them
in
we
front.
care about.
I'll show them in front of here so you guys can see it up close.
So the bowmen have 2 attack power. Great. The sage is defending. He has 1 attack power, but he gets a bonus of 1 attack power.
Because of my guard
So
tower.
that is 2 attack for the bowman, 2 defense for the sage. Nothing gets through.
But
Let us be hypothetical. If the sage hadn't gotten that defense, it'd be 2 attack and 1 defense.
Mhm.
1 damage would get through. Hunter must destroy 1 building in his town
worth
whose printed victory point value is 1,
which would have been my guard tower.
which would be the guard.
If I had a bunch of 2 buildings, then I wouldn't have to discard any buildings, actually.
Really?
Yep.
If you have all 2s and I do 1 damage, you
Yeah,
don't have
because
to...
you only destroy equal to the...
Oh, I
So-
thought I got the bonus. Oh.
Wow. So. that's
But
really strong.
these are gone. Another thing to keep in mind, even if I had not sent my Sage to defend with, maybe I just wanted to take the hit, didn't want to waste my Sage, this bowman would get discarded after combat. So
All troops
whatever you send into attack or defend, they're always discarded at the end of the combat.
All troops are gone.
So that is the fight phase essentially. So now you get to
That's the attack phase. Construction phase. I'm gonna roll
to
some
roll
dice.
some chunky dice. I love rolling these dice. They're so much fun.
Boo! All over the
Well, you
table.
love
That's how I
rolling
like
too.
to do it.
Maybe a little too.
Groo's staying where he's staying put. There. It was the beginning of my phase, so now
There's a Groo head.
there is a Groo head. What's that card say?
It's worth double. So there's
Okay.
two.
Still.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, it's the beginning of your phase. So yeah, yeah.
So
So
no,
it's gone.
no,
Just
no
the-
retcons. I'm gonna play the cheese dip for real.
Here it
Play
is.
just after the dice are rolled. You determine Groo's new location.
Don't
Ignore
sit
the
it here.
Groo. Where else would I? You have 5 points, Hunter. Come on.
Let me
There's
have
no
my
other
points.
play.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
There's no other play here.
So Groo wanders into my town, and
What's
he's
that
like,
shipyard
"Oh,
say?"
what's this happening over here?" Ah! He just slams the
He
shipyard.
does like a.
So I'm down to
Herbie
3
voice
points.
like
Sure, sure. Go after the hero.
The guy that's winning.
No, what?
Your
No.
use of the word
Alright.
hero is
That
both
was some
suspect.
good cheese dip.
My turn.
Yep. So what do we got here? We got a couple labor, a couple copins, Groo head, and a supply. I've got a nice
All
little.
right.
Got 2 copins. That's actually the hardest to get results.
Let's look at some of this business here. Let's do
Do
a
some
copin and a labor,
Okay.
and we're gonna make a city well. City wells are good.
City. Well, what? What does that one do, Ben?
When you roll the dice, add 1 labor result. Extra labor is not passed on.
You were asking about
I like that.
affecting results. It's a great one.
Okay, city well.
Yes,
I think that
slides.
I need more than Arba and Kadarba to defend this business with.
Okay.
So we are going to spend a copin and a supply
Wow.
to put out Toronto.
Oh, another named character, and that's the cool thing. There's like pikemen and archers or stuff like that. But then there's also like actual named characters from Groo, the comic.
Toronto is not affected by wild cards. Wow,
He's
he's
strong.
a monster.
2 and 2.
2.
Good lord.
It costs a copin's rare.
Copins is
It-
uncommon,
it gets
but
you
this one
some-
costs a copins, a supply, and a labor.
Indeed. So that will. I've got remaining. There is a Groo head and a labor.
Okay.
I don't really. I'm gonna pass the Groo head. And
I don't like the
labor.
Groo head going over to the guy who was talking
All
about
right.
Groo cards.
Groo head and a labor to you, Hunt. Ben.
I'm going to spend the labor to build a residence. Adds 1 VP
Ooh.
if another residence is in your town.
That's good
Ooh,
stuff.
there's some fun ones that stack like that. Residences stack. There's
The
also like
Butcher
the
Baker
Butcher
and the
Baker
Candlemaker.
Candlestick Maker. Yeah.
So if I had 3 residences, would that be
They'd each be worth.
5
Two.
or
2.
9? Okay.
No, it's a toggle, not a multiplicative.
Okay.
So it's saying, does this other thing exist? Yes.
They're essentially
Then
each
add
worth
1.
2. Yeah, yeah. You,
The first
if
one's
you got
worth
3,
1.
you'd win the game
Yeah.
with the extra 2 you got from that.
So that leaves the Groo head. Hunter, do you want to have Groo do anything?
Do it.
So you're
do
passing
it.
this to me?
Do it. Do it.
I don't want to.
Oh.
So that's it.
So I will have my that's the leftover stage. Second draw phase. Can I get 2 cards?
First
1.
card.
That's good. 2. That is also good.
Sweet.
Okay.
Ben, you get to discard.
Ben.
4.
You want to discard anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna discard this temple. It looks like a really good card, but it looks like it will be kind of difficult to get
Jeez,
those
yeah.
3 guys,
Yeah,
the
unless-
3 labor, to
unless
just
you
roll it all in one
have
go.
a
Right,
city well.
exactly. If I had a city well like Randy's, I think I would keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So discarding that. And how many cards did you draw out of 3?
oh yeah, it'd be 3.
I'm gonna give them to you one at a time, just in case you get an event. Make sure to look at it. Did you look
Oh,
at them?
right. Is it an event? It's not an event. It's not an event. It's not an event. All right, rad.
I just want to make sure. Just want to make
Better
sure.
say- sorry.
Okay, so I don't have any troops to send out to attack. So I guess it's on straight to the build phase.
Boom. Yes, sir. Do you have any questions, Brandon, while we're building?
Comments. The dice are enormous.
They
Yes,
are-
the dice
they
are
are big.
enormous. They're awesome.
And, someone was
Slide those
wondering
forward.
if they could be clear coated.
I mean, I don't.
You could put like a lacquer in the. I'm going to
We're-
refer to it as a
we-
well.
we
but
are not
There's
go-
no real reason.
We are not going to give you tips on that because I don't want you to ruin a die after
There's no
instructions.
reason to for these because the surface is far enough back from the table where it won't scratch.
We have a Referto, by the way, so Groo stays where he's at.
I like to hear that.
I don't personally.
Yeah. So it's honestly, I was like,
Oh,
so
we
sure-
have to remove a Copen's result.
Oh,
from
yep.
From your
I was so sure that I was going to get those 3 supply that since I just discarded the temple, but I did not. But what I did get,
oh.
I'm going to spend this to add
Spend it in
another
labor.
A labor.
residence.
Oh no! There's
so
a reason he asked questions.
That's worth. Each
3,
residence is worth
basically.
2.
So
yeah,
he's at
it's
6
1 and then
he's
3
at
and
6
every
right
further
now.
one's 2. So 2, 4, 6.
And then
no
Oh.
way.
no, I don't have any other buildings.
Good God, I was upset.
Yeah, it would have been pretty rad.
Is that it for
So let's look at your what is it? What is the orphanage say?
Groo effect
Groo
effect cards. So essentially the
Will
red
not affect
cards.
your buildings or troops.
Red
Orphanage
cards.
rules.
Orphanage is pretty good.
All right, well you're safe from my meddling for now.
If it wasn't for that meddling Groo.
Oh, Ben,
Um,
Randy.
your lack of troops is
It has nothing to
problematic.
I'm
do.
gonna
Has nothing to
spin
do
the-
with me.
I'm gonna spin the Copens and the supply to build a shipyard. Look who's back. And then I'm going to spend
Now the shipyard
he-
only disappears when he arrives.
arrived, correct.
Oh.
So that was the same one I built before. He's at my town
It's not
currently.
the same one. It is a different shipyard.
No, I'm building the same shipyard over and over again. And I'm gonna spend the last two here, the labor and the supply, to build Shakal.
Yeah. Oh,
Check
you got
this
the
out.
pair.
There it is.
Say what it's. Read what it
I
says.
can't read it. Ben, read that.
Well, no Groo effect or wild card will affect the army that Chakal is in. Wow.
Really
that's
locked
neat.
it down there.
Yeah.
So that's nothing gets past you. I have no leftovers for you.
Yeah, that's real good for me.
I'm sorry. I'm not that sorry, but I'm like a little sorry. Ben, anything else before you draw up?
Purple. No.
Okay, so beginning of the turn, I'm going to discard down and draw up. I'm not going to discard any. No, I'm going to discard any of this.
There are really good reasons to discard at the start of the turn. Like if you have all troop,
Can you pass me
you
those dice?
need buildings, so you
Yep.
discard more troops to try to get buildings in your hand to get your stuff to function.
Jeez.
Hope you like supply.
Roberto, would you stop? So he's staying where he's at. That's a problem. I'd like to Roberto actually, and I'm gonna move Groo to any town.
Oh.
Groo is gonna walk over here.
Uh-oh.
So first thing I'm gonna spin a Groo head. Play with friends like these
When do you play red cards?
right now.
Like anytime?
Yes.
Red cards are spending.
Red cards
are
is going to
Groo
say
cards.
so that you got to wait in the leftovers phase until a Groo head gets past you, or
Oh, that's right.
When
Yeah,
you're wrong.
you got it.
So I'm actually playing one right now. It's called With Friends Like These. Remove all buildings cards with Copens where Groo is currently.
just one.
Just one. See, I could have been way worse than that. See.
Don't you feel good that it could have been worse?
And then I'm gonna spend
Oh, just yeah. I feel that makes
Yep.
me feel real good.
You're
a
supposed to cheer
dude and a
twice.
supply. I'm gonna spend
It's in the rules.
The rules.
a dude and a supply to play cavalry. So I already have the cavalry here. So, bam. That's it. 3 supply going here.
3 supply. Well, I guess we're gonna spend 1 supply to make a bowman.
Perfect. Showed him an example earlier. He's just all attack, all gas, no brakes.
That's how I do.
We
and
took all of
2
Ben's
supply.
armies. He has no armies here.
I never have.
2 supply to Ben.
2 supply to Ben.
Here you go, Ben. What do you got?
Nothing but 2 supply.
We still have 4 points.
Yeah.
So into my turn, I will draw up. See if any events here. Nope. Oops. Nope. And nope. Okay. Randy,
Start of my turn, I would like to draw a card to get to 5.
just a single, no discard.
There's no discard.
Ooh, no
His hand's
discard. He's
fine.
confident. He thinks his hand is fire.
It's fine. I didn't say
No,
fire.
he said
I said
fire.
fine.
He said fire.
It's the draw phase. We did that. The attack,
attack
phase.
phase.
Okay. I can't let that sit.
Ooh,
So
what's it?
this business.
What business? I don't know what you're talking about.
This
Over
high
here?
points. That
What
you
are you
got
talking
going
about?
on.
He
How
has
much-
4. He has 4 points.
How many points do you have?
I have
Oh,
5.
Look, this is
Can
like
you understand that
two-
5 is more than 4?
These
But
are
two
like
of them,
drums over
two
here.
of them just walk away from me as soon as Groo shows up. Remember that.
Uh-huh.
2 just like disappear.
Let me ask you a question. How easy is it for us to play cards against you? What happens when that goes down? Nothing happened? Nothing happened good? Only bad happened good? lose, bad,
Can you
good?
attack? You can attack multiple places.
Oh,
I believe you can.
quick
I'm
look.
just putting it out there that he's completely undefended except for Groo, who does not help him or anyone at any point, even though he wants to. He wants to help so bad.
He'll help you, like destroy other people's stuff. He won't save anything you have. I don't think.
He's trying his best. Okay. Randy's checking that.
To my knowledge, no.
Okay.
I gotta choose a person and go that
Okay.
way. How much you got a building that adds defense? Do you not?
I do. I can add 1 defense to my army,
To 1.
to any 1 troop in my town.
Okay. So these
He
bowmen
wouldn't
are
come after.
Those bowmen are coming at you.
Okay, then I'll add 1 defense to a cavalry,
Okay,
and we're gonna.
that's true.
So they knock each other out.
Construction phase. Let's roll some dice.
I love the roll dice phase. Best part.
I really want the
Left.
box, but I can live with them now.
Can you
Actually, it's right after you roll. I'm gonna play cheese dip. I choose where it goes.
what?
Um,
What's cheese dip say? Will you read cheese dip?
Play just after dice are rolled. You determine Groo's new location.
Oh,
Ignore the die result.
I'm gonna keep him here.
okay.
You're
That
the only.
sounds
You're
good.
closer to me than him.
That
That's
sounds
true.
the best. Okay, so I've rolled these cards.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna spend a
You
Groo
roll
head.
these cards.
The Wanderer. Move Groo to any other town. Groo is going to go to your town. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hey, Hunter. Hey.
This is
Hey
why.
guys, how's it?
Okay,
Ah.
hey, Groo, how's it going? You're doing real cool. Like, oh God, oh the shipyard, get it out.
Stop
Does he just
building
Does
shipyards.
he just hate boats? Is that
It was-
the
it's-
comment?
This is the card,
Like,
the
Like, just like
Wanderer.
boats.
I have a city well, so I add 1 labor to this. So I actually have
Oh, let's
2
put the
labor.
dice out here so people can see. it.
Okay. I got 2 labor in this pile
Cool.
of action.
Oh, and I did kill Ben's building that takes a Copens away, by the way. So that's you don't have to do that anymore.
Thank you so much for that, Hunter.
I know. I try to help out the table here.
Yeah.
Because I want the Copens.
Totally.
You know what? That's some chaos. I'm a good chaos guy. I mean, you just can't play that.
You have so many good
I mean,
results.
you can't do that much chaos to Hunter, so.
That's true.
And I know you're not going to mess with me, because why would anybody do that?
I like.
So I don't wanna know.
Why would? I mean, I know you're not coming for me because that wouldn't make any sense. I'm a
Not like
nice
I
guy.
need-
It's not like I need.
I just have this
stuff.
little slum over here with just like two
Two
little houses.
residences?
It's not even a city.
Okay,
Just 2 people. Just
Check
trying
us
to
out.
live
I've
their
got an
lives.
orphanage and a guard tower. I pretty much just got kids and a tower and a guard tower.
we're gonna build an auction house. That's a
wouldn't-
building. You can read it. It allows me to do shenanigans. It might as well just say shenanigans.
Each
available.
time you roll the dice, you may give a card from your hand to the player of your choice and randomly draw a card from their hand. Oh my god, that is shenanigans in the
Yeah.
card,
Some shenanigans.
and it's worth 2. It's worth 2.
It's
Nice.
worth it. And then we are gonna. Gosh.
So that used all those things. Okay, so
No,
all you
I've
got
got-
left is
I've got
yeah. I
2
mean
labor
all that
and a
stuff.
supplies.
Oh, that's right. 'cause you
We're
don't-
gonna spend these 2 and keep that free labor and put out a cavalry.
Okay. So we've seen that a few times, but the cavalry's here. Is that it?
Yeah, everything is spent.
Okay.
So nothing gets passed on to any of you losers.
Drawn up.
Yeah.
Rough,
1,
harsh.
a 2, a 3. That's cards.
No events. Your discard phase and draw phase. Anything you want to discard?
I'm going to discard 4 cards.
Wow! I want to see
Ben's
some of
made
this.
team- he's got all
I wanna
buildings.
Show all, no,
Oh,
I don't.
no.
Is it all
So
group
I have-
cards?
it's all Groo cards, and I really, oh my god, I so want to throw them all at Randy.
You had the
What
hatred
did I
hand, but it was too
do?
much.
Exactly. Randy only has 3 points, and Hunter's immune to them basically. So they're
That's
not
fair.
doing me any good. They're not getting me any points. They're not going to be able to. I can only use and pick on
But
one
we want
person.
people to be able to see 'cause it's got cool art on
Right.
it. It's got fun stuff. It's his name's
This is
on the
fine.
box. We got to show
So
'em.
remove all troop cards requiring
Jeez.
supplies at Groo's current location. Yeah. So
Those are gone.
yeah, those
No.
will be gone. And then this is the big one that like really makes these work. It makes me really sad. I'm getting rid of them. Groo's Revenge. Discard any time it is your turn to build, to gain 2 Groo heads.
You just got to automatically kill with Groo heads. So
Yeah.
it just never got over to Randy to do it.
Right. Well, no, but I have that one too, right?
Oh my
Remove
god.
all troop cards requiring Copen's at Groo's current location.
Jeez.
So again, that's just overkill against Randy because either one of these would, I think, wipe out all his armies.
See that?
It's gonna be really funny when he rolls this turn and it
And then
lands
move
on
Groo to
Randy.
any other town.
So just put
So I could have
Groo
just
somewhere.
put Groo over there. So I could have spent my whole turn just basically ruining Randy's life.
Which,
But you
But
don't get any
instead-
points doing that.
But instead, well. To be fair, your entire hand was dedicated to
Yeah,
ruining Randy's
basically,
life.
except this one card.
So let's draw you some new ones. Any
No event.
purples?
Good card. Not an event. Not an event. Not an event.
Awesome. There you go. No armies to attack with, so you are building, sir.
Yep.
Big chunky dice. Oh man.
Just
oh
all
my god.
Groo heads.
It is
Money,
two
money,
Groo
money.
heads.
And
Money and
Groo-
Groo heads.
Groo's coming over here. Coming to me.
Groo's
it would've
coming
been
to
nice
you.
to have them move him.
It would have been nice to be able to just not destroy
I
everything.
tend to keep one just for this circumstance of like
All right,
I could see like, hey, get rid of it, but
Copens and a supply. Go-
man.
do
Okay.
it, Ben. Do it, Ben.
I'm gonna. I'm so sneaky. I'm gonna spend the 2 Groo heads to
No!
move all troops at Groo's current location.
Oh. It's not sneaky. Oh, but you're getting. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
just
Groo
getting
heads
rid of the
for
Groo
y'all.
heads. What a jerk. So this was called Mendicant.
Is it a mendicant or is it a
And
mendicant?
Are you a mendicant or a mendicant?
Right.
Hunter?
Absolutely. I prefer the can. Positive.
And then I'm building my shipyard because, as we know already,
Yeah, Groo's already there,
Groo-
so-
he's already there. He only hates
You are.
when he
He's
comes,
1 point away.
when he comes into contact with boats. When boats come
No,
to
he's not.
him.
He's 2 away.
No, these are each worth 2. Those are residences.
Please count them out.
Oh, but it's 8. You said 8.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh, right.
I do like being corrected
Um,
when I'm wrong. I do not like being corrected when I'm right.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Yes, you
oh,
do.
there we go.
I forgot we're going to 8. I didn't know that was a thing.
And I don't have anything else I could play right
Unfortunately, I also can't use 2 Copens, which is
Yeah.
painful because that's like so hard to
now.
get.
Y'all need money.
I'm gonna spend 2 copens. Build bank.
Oh my god, that doesn't sound good. When you roll the dice, you may change any one of them to the result of your choice.
Ooh. Yeah, see, that's the sort of thing I would have loved to have when I had that time.
Yeah, solve some problems.
That's real good. Okay. Ben, I think that's it. How many cards you got?
3.
Come to. Bam
No
and
event.
bam.
No event.
Okay, Ben. So discard phase and draw. I'm gonna just draw 1. Ben,
Me.
cavalry's coming at you.
Whoa.
Two.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
I would ruin the lighthouse or the shipyard.
Shipyard, yeah.
Yeah.
You're still a little too close. There's a lighthouse in the game, but
I don't have it.
so build phase. Not a single
Where's he going?
Copens.
Where's he going?
Roberto's hanging out. Roberto, he's hanging out there.
Oh, man.
We got 4 labor, a supply, and a Groo head. I'm gonna use 2 labor to build a marketplace. When I roll dice, I can change 2 identical results into 1 different result of my choice. Kind of cool. A little not manipulation of the dice. I'm going to spend a supply and a Copens. Or no, sorry, supply and a. Oh wait, no, do I want to do that?
Is this who I am? Is this the kind of person I am?
No, yeah, I do. Supply and a labor to play a school of arms. I had +1 defense. To any one troop card in your town? Yeah, so now I have
Now,
+2 defense.
Look at that. You're a defender there.
I'm pretty
You can
defensive
defend
up.
for 5.
And you know what? I've just got this extra labor line around. Let's use that too
2
to build a footman.
3, 4, 5, and a footman. Pretty good.
So this is my town. I've got 5 points currently.
So do you have did you use all the resources?
There's a Groo head
No, there's a
left.
Groo head. Go ahead.
Ben, do you want it? That's for you.
You had a handful of Groo cards. What happened to them?
I decided points were better than spite.
Yeah, that's
Look
a,
at, look
that's
at
a
how
rookie
you're
mistake.
Yeah.
Spite's always better.
Valuable lesson. learned.
And
The lesson learned: spite always wins. So my draw phase, I draw 1, a 2, a
Chad says
3.
there isn't nearly enough destruction.
I just destroyed
Chad,
a building.
hang on. It's is it my turn?
Yes, it is. I don't know why I said it that way, but yes. The answer is yes.
I'm gonna discard
Guard
this.
tower and
I'm gonna
school
discard
cards.
this Groo card.
You need help.
Destroy
Ouch.
3 buildings
Woo!
at this current location.
Hoo-wee!
May I have
Thank
2
you.
cards, please?
You can. Any purples? Let me know. Not
No purples.
There's not a ton of defense in the deck, so.
Okay.
You gotta do something about this.
Who? Shocker? Shakal?
Both.
My
I
attack
don't have an army.
phase.
Because I've had all Groo cards this whole time. until
Yeah. No,
You should use
I'm
them
aware.
already. Why didn't you use them all? Oh, wait.
now. Why?
It's gonna
Why
kill me.
didn't I didn't use them
He
on
just
me?
starts choking me.
Why didn't
The cavalry's coming at you there,
At me?
Hunter. Yes.
Me.
It's you, yes.
At
That,
Hunter.
that cavalry. 2,
Okay, I'll up this defense by 2, and they They crash. The footmen and the cavalry
There you go.
kill each other.
So do you just like invade one card at a time?
You could send more than one.
I could send more than one, but I need somebody for defense for my
And it's
town,
also not a
too.
great trade because I can make that.
I would
cavalry
love to
go
kill
3
him.
defense.
I don't have like if I went, what am I getting? So we have to do stuff. I was hoping you would also build troops at some point in this game. And
What do I? What did I discard? What kind of card did I discard 4 of?
construction phase. I roll the dice.
Goodness.
I roll the dice.
So you'd contribute to this sometime in the future.
He's staying put.
Roberto wants to hang out at Ben's place.
Roberto's staying
You have the
put.
best cheese dip, Ben. What happened here?
Okay.
Discard.
We are going to use the auction house. Each time I roll the die,
Oops,
I
sorry,
may
that was
give a card from my hand to the player of my choice and randomly draw a card from their hand.
Interesting.
I would like a card from your hand.
Here you go, sir.
I will take this card.
I don't know what you got.
I got a pikeman.
I got a. What the heck? Oh, interesting. I don't like that. That's
That
a
was kind
spite.
of the reason I gave it to you.
That's a
is-
spite card.
Okay. This, yes, it is. One extra labor result is in here. So I have 4 little dudes and a supply.
That's true.
And I can change anything to something else. So 4 dudes in a supply. Sadly, I need more troops again
And you're getting the extra labor result from the
from the city well.
city wall. And don't forget, you can also do this too.
Yeah.
The bank.
So we're going to use a supply and a labor to make a cavalry,
More armies, huh?
more armies. And then what do we have left? Two dudes.
Mm-hmm. And 2 heads. Which are better than 1, I hear.
It's phenomenally better.
Depends on whose heads, man. There are lots of heads out there. They're not all good heads.
Ben, I'm gonna-
We're gonna
Ben, if I do
change.
something with Drew, I'm really sorry.
No, you're not.
We're
I'm a
gonna
little sorry.
change one of these Groo
Liar.
heads. We're gonna change one of these Groo heads.
So this is your
Actually,
bank ability, right?
We're gonna change one of these Groo heads using the bank.
What-
We're gonna change it into a supply,
Oh, there you go. Bank's good, man.
and
it's
we're
real
gonna
good.
use the supply and a labor to make a granary.
Uh-oh. We roll dice, have 1 supply.
When I roll the dice, I get
Oh,
to add
wow.
a supply. So now when I roll the dice, I add a supply
And a labor.
and a labor and
you can
change a die.
He's at 5. Okay. Yeah.
That's the show.
That's the show.
These Ben,
You got a Groo head.
you get a
and
Groo head and a.
dude head.
I'm gonna make a foot man.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Is
Incoming
this passing?
the footman.
Mhm.
Is there any way for you to move this?
Wait, what's the other one? So, is there any way for me to? No, Hunter. There's no way for
I have to do
Hunter.
this to get this out of my hand.
Hunter.
There is another way for Hunter to get out of his hand, but
You
he
could
won't
have
be doing
discarded
it.
it.
No, I need to use it because he gave it to me.
Oh
I'm gonna play a wild card Groo's Revenge.
no!
What does he have?
I gained
We'll get
2 Groo
revenge.
heads. And then I'm gonna play.
I've
I'm gonna
never
use
wronged
this.
Groo. I've been letting him live in my town rent free for like 4
I
turns
spent
now.
this Groo head and the 2 Groo heads from that for Did I Air, the card that Randy gave me.
You know what? You did, Groo. You did, Aaron. You did.
He destroys all buildings at the places that he's currently at.
Well, dang!
It's the residences. He just.
I didn't see it going that way. I thought that was going to be an unplayable.
The thing is, he didn't know I had the wild card in my.
Mhm.
That was nothing personal, Ben. Literally nothing personal.
No, you're just contributing to homelessness.
Wow.
Those 2 people don't have residences to live in anymore. There were families in those houses.
There's at least families of 4.
They're all moving into your orphanage now. Good luck feeding all those extra.
That's
mouths.
it's a pyramid scheme.
All
I'm
those
trying to get them
children
in the orphanage.
They were living in those residences.
No more dice to pass. I would like 2 cards.
I'm so sorry, Ben.
One, event.
Uh-oh.
Play this card right now until the beginning of the next turn. All Groo heads rolled are doubled.
Jeez.
So we got
We had that before. This is a
Yeah.
Groo's Revenge, so you're still drawn 2.
One. It's
Groo's
good.
Rampage, not Revenge. I'm sorry.
2. All right, I have 5 cards.
And that's Ben's turn.
Ben,
You can discard down if you'd like. If he
discard
has a
cards.
handful of Groo cards, that would be hilarious. Although,
If you have a handful of Groo cards now and you can
It's
get
perfect.
it done, it's like, hey. Unfortunately, you have
The orphanage.
barriers.
Mm.
Orphans.
Orphans. Mm.
I'm actually going to discard this building. The same reason I discarded the temple. It's gonna be
Yeah,
hard for me to
the
build.
farm. It's triple. You're gonna roll,
a
but
triple
to be fair, you
resource.
didn't roll the result last
I
time.
didn't.
So,
Well, you know what? I meant to look.
oh,
at
you get
these.
two cards, right?
And I think everybody would probably like to look at them. So, what kind of results do we have? Are they all the
Copen,
same?
Copens are the rarest. The other
Copen
ones
and
are
the Groo
six.
heads are
yeah,
both
Copen
1
and Groo heads are
6.
1,
Okay.
and then the other 2 are 2s.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 labor, 2 supply. There's only 1 Copen on it and 1 Groo head.
All right. So my 4-foot man, he can't hurt
The
nobody.
thing
He's
is,
gotta go.
No, here's the thing though.
Gotta go.
Here's the thing. I will say this, and this is against me kind of rough, because we're both in a really good spot. But if you send him against me, I'd have to get rid of my best thing against your 1 power.
Or
Oh,
let
really?
let a building get destroyed.
Because whenever I defend with it, it goes away. If I
Oh.
defend with it, it's pretty much I either choose a building to get rid of, or you get to, or I have to waste my.
You're in a perfect
army.
position to send that troop.
You have the weakest troop, but you also have nothing to defend at the moment, and since you're behind, we're probably not going to attack you.
Yeah.
So you can either take my best or his best.
There's
or
no
his,
point in
his
attacking
worst.
you. It doesn't
His
do
worst.
anything.
But all of our, no matter who you choose, all of our stuff is worse than your troop.
Yeah.
Essentially. So
especially right now, it is going to do damage in Hunter's Town.
you could also be. It could be Randy's town too. I'm just
It's
saying.
not going to do any damage here. It would just prevent me from attacking Hunter with cavalry next turn.
So you're both 5.
Mhm. He has, to be fair, yes, we're both
I have
5.
a strong 5.
He has a strong 5. I have a 1 strong.
You have
5.
a wall that we can't
Yeah.
do other things. There are other cards that will remove stuff here. There is
Mhm.
nothing that will go there.
Uh,
I would definitely attack with a troop. It depends.
I'm gonna pick on you, Randy, because you're the leader. You're the
Cool.
leader.
You fool.
I know,
One's
but-
coming in.
I mean, if Hunter can just pull 2 points out of a hat, and his
Arba
three
and
points.
Arba and
3 points. That's right. so
Dakarba
that's
are
four.
gonna block your 100. They
Okay.
they
Yep,
go.
so they are both gone.
Yeah, well, you said 7 at the start. I cannot get the number 7 out of me.
It's because 7
supposed
is
to
the
be
standard
8.
number.
It's
Tried
but yeah,
to I tried to alter it as much as possible.
You're fine.
I gotta look. I'm not rolling that.
I have-
Okay, let's try to roll anything. Let's get a card on the board here.
Yeah, it's actually true. Ben is not actually keeping his stuff off camera. He just does not
Yeah.
have anything.
Nothing is
with
being
restrictions.
concealed from you, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to the right.
Yeah, get out of here, Groo.
Groo goes over here.
Okay.
You're not
Groo
welcome in
over
this town
here.
anymore, Groo. We were
Did you roll any Groo heads, by the way?
No.
All right, I'm better with that.
I should be able to use all these
Those
freaking
Groo, those 0 times
picking
2.
resources.
It's going to be funny if somehow this is the right configuration
Alright.
of things.
Arcadio, I want you, buddy.
Oh, we
Beautiful,
got another main
beautiful thing.
character. You can read that one off, but you spent the labor and a supply. What does that guy do?
Discard to cancel any effect caused by a building for 1 turn. Does not affect buildings
Oh.
that must be discarded for their effects. So he's a
He's a big
really awesome
body.
guy to discard, but like theoretically with all of Randy's shenanigans over there.
3 and 3 is real good. That's
Yeah.
just real good.
Well, I mean, what I'm thinking is like if Randy could shenanigan his way to a win on his turn.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry, Hunter goes before me. He could shenanigan his way to a
No,
Oh.
because he can't. You can't. Well, can you convert dice?
No,
No, but
I
you
can.
can
I can. But it's not like add dice. It's change 2 into 1. Essentially, I can
Okay.
change 2 identical results.
But so he could cancel a shenanigan that could cause
Correct.
either of
What?
these two
May I
to
see
win.
him? I didn't see that.
Whereas I guess I wouldn't know until
You're
he's
probably not going to see
discarded.
that second effect. It's just real strong.
Yeah, he's too good with 3/3 to like.
Yeah, it's a good effect, but on such a strong body.
Oh, there is a thing that he is very good for, Hunter. Go ahead and read the orphanage.
Oh no.
He could turn off the orphanage.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, he could turn off the
could turn off
orphanage.
the orphanage.
Yeah. Which, that's very Groo. Some dude
Just
murdering
walking
the
in.
kids to...
Well, this dude, he's a jerk, right? He's not a jerk, but he's like the hero that's actually successful, and the one that like does what he does better.
does what he do.
And then I'm gonna add a school of arms.
That's a supply and a labor.
Yep.
School of Arms. I did this one as well. This is the +1 defense. 3/4. Hey, I know how that feels.
Yep.
There you go.
And I'm going to
He's back on the board,
hire
folks.
a pikeman.
Pikeman's in.
All right, no resources.
No
for
resources, you did
Earn
it.
your own dice.
Okay. Drawing up at the end of your turn.
Ban coming out of the booth.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the round he wins.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Oops,
pull
sorry.
7 more points out of it. Hey, don't look at that.
I didn't look at it.
I know.
Drawing up. I'm not gonna discard anything. 1 and a 2. Okay. Gonna roller. Derby. Oh no, sorry. We're going to attack. I'm gonna send Shakal at
So
Randy.
3.
That's a 3.
All right.
And I'll add
Boys.
2 defense too. Not that it matters.
It doesn't matter. The boys get in the way.
Boom. All of our stuff dies.
I
Okay.
see.
You're gonna have
Goes to the right. I like this.
Whoa.
He's here. He here, folks. We are going to talk slowly. I'm going to spend a Copens and that for a shipyard, since he's already here. Doesn't matter.
Shipyard should have never done
7.
any good. No,
you get-
Shipyard has
do you get
lasted
the
more
8th?
than like a round.
Tell me you can get the point.
We've got a residence.
That would be the 8th point, Hunter.
That is the 8th point. And just to do this, I'm going to spin that in the Copens and build a pikeman. There's one Groo head that is now floating
No,
around.
there's not. There are 2
There's
Groo
2
heads.
Groo heads floating around, and I don't like it.
I will pass 2 Groo heads to Hunter.
No,
Right,
to Ben.
Ben, tell me that you have something that will something
I
here.
discarded it.
Because you have the only thing that could like make it unaffected and do the thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So it comes back around, and a Hunter's turn. Hunter has 8 points. I do not have 8 points. Ben, do you have 8
I've
points?
got a point. I got 1.
It was the round for it to end.
Wait, let me
anyway.
count. 1. No.
Hey, I built a residence, so I rebuilt the homes of the people that
Yeah, they
I actually
moved
had Groo killed.
They moved out of the orphanage.
It was-
back into a residence.
It was pretty much done anyway. I had 3 points worth of stuff on my turn.
One of us was gonna take it unless
Yeah.
we had good armies though. That was a lot of back and forth with the army stuff, which
Yeah.
sometimes.
I just
So that's one thing to keep in mind, folks. This is so kind of akin to like Munchkin and stuff like that. The gameplay is a lot different, but that mechanism of like armies and stuff is really important, and to make sure you're keeping people in check, because the game can end really quickly if you don't interact with anyone. If someone's just like, I'm gonna build a bunch of stuff, and you're like, well, I don't want to be mean to them, I don't want to play these blue cards, and I don't
Yeah,
want
you
to
better
attack
be
them.
mean.
Yeah.
You gotta get in there. Like there was moments like I could have I y'all hit me at the right times. I was gonna win earlier, and then you were like, nope, move them over there, get rid of that shipyard. Ben was so close with those 2 residents. I was like, oh man, he's halfway there. I gotta just murder his whole town.
Yeah.
That was a little bit overkill. Sorry.
Well, yeah, that's it.
I didn't think you'd be able to play that card because that card had 3 Groo heads, which, although possible, isn't likely.
It just
I
so
forgot
happened
about the
I had the
add to
wild
Groo head.
in there. But yeah, that is Groo, folks. This is like I said before. This came out originally in '97. It's been out of print for a really long time, and people have been really excited that we're bringing it back.
Well, yeah, I can see why it's.
There's a lot of.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We brought it to Gamma, which is an industry show,
Mhm.
and I didn't expect the reception that it got. There was a lot of fans who remember it.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, this was a great game in the 90s, and they noticed the differences, and they were
How much has
waiting
it
for it,
changed?
waiting for it.
Not a ton.
Not
It's
much.
just graphically. We've
Okay.
updated. a
It's
couple
almost
things.
the same. I mean, these are larger,
Yeah. The dice are
but they were
nicer.
also the other dice. The faces would get all grungy and scratched up.
They didn't have the
Yeah.
indent.
They didn't have the indent. That's 2.
It's okay, Ben. But yeah, this is now on Kickstarter. And again, this is base game plus the expansion, which I think the expansion was even harder to find than the base game.
You can go check out the Kickstarter, but do you, off the top of your head, know what would I have to kickstart to give money for?
I don't know
all
the
of this?
price on it. Brandon has the link though in the
Brandon, yeah,
comments, so it'll be
you
on
have
the.
the internet over there.
it-
Go check it out. I
yeah,
think it's
it's
pretty reasonable.
it's really affordable. It's not a super expensive.
And I
game.
believe we are, barring unforeseen circumstances, we are already over the.
Oh yeah, we are
Double,
like
right?
we were over double. We were at 12,000 before we started.
was that,
the stream,
Brandon?
so-
Pledge $30 for one copy.
Yeah, there you go.
You can pledge
So it's
30 for a
game
copy.
plus the expansion.
And the expansion's built into the
Yeah.
because essentially we just like that's kind of what
Hooked it together.
it was meant to go together at that point. It's not really.
I think there are very few changes.
yeah.
Get 2 copies for $55.
There you go. Get one
Okay.
for a friend. Get a gift.
And if you are a retailer, we have a retailer level on it.
I believe we
play
do
with
retail
12
pledge
people.
as well.
I mean,
Yeah,
you could. But
shite,
that'd be
you
weird.
could. I don't know if I would, but you definitely
You
could.
run into the problems of too much downtime, too much
Yeah.
not my turn time.
Yeah.
If you did both of you rolled at once and went around the table, you could modify it for 12, but that'd be really weird.
Yeah.
Just play 2 games.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. Is there any comments in that or questions or anything like that, Brandon?
Comments. Devin showed up. He said he should
Hey.
be working on Munchkin cards instead. The
Well, we
viewers
gave them
were
some good
saying,
ideas,
hey, maybe
right?
There could be a Munchkin Groo.
Oh, that was before we started shooting.
Munchkin. Could there be a Munchkin?
We don't. I'm not going to comment on anything that's licensed.
Yeah.
Licenses
can't
are
mention
so
that.
tough.
Honestly,
It's
I think
a neat idea, but we don't
yeah.
have anything to do
I
with
think a
that.
Groo game with a Munchkin skin would be more interesting than a Munchkin game with the Groo skin, just because it would unlock like what is this bizarre world that the Munchkins live in, right? But what is a building in the world that Spike and Flower go out and smash everything?
There
What
we
does that
go.
look like?
Ben's got a wild imagination. There we go.
I don't know. A Groo Munchkin set would be fun, but anything licensed is so tough.
Yeah.
And then the prices. There's another person involved. There's another group involved. Another entity.
We will not comment on it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for that feedback.
We just can't.
Anyway,
We can't say
any other comments, Brandon? Before we
That was it.
awesome guys. Well, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you had fun checking this out. We had a lot of fun playing it, and we'll
I
probably
play again. I play again right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a blast. The dice mechanic is just so it's fun. Not just rolling the dice, but the mechanic of passing the dice around. It always makes you feel like you're doing.
It
something.
feels serious, and then something happens, and you kind of get reminded, like, oh, it's not really.
Jeez, Deb.
You're building a tableau. You're building a tableau, and all of a sudden you give all your cards to somebody else. It's like, oh yeah.
Then you
that
send a
kinda
walking tactical
Well,
look over to Ben's
yeah.
town and blow up all the residences, and you're like, oh, whoopsies. But we'll probably be playing again next week on the stream. Jimmy will be back, and he hasn't had a chance to play on stream, so we'll give him a shot as well to take on the champ,
There you go.
Guru champ himself.
Gonna
Well,
take
hey,
on the
maybe-
chump.
Maybe
Oh,
we'll
wow.
get
Yeah, just let me know.
rematch.
We'll see. Maybe we can even get 4 people. We'll see.
Ooh.
Get Philip in here too.
I'll get 5.
We'll do
5
it.
people.
We'll get 8. No.
Oh, we'll squeeze them into where we got to
So many
reach over each
people we
other.
can fit in here.
Yeah,
No.
we'll have to
There's
really,
Brandon,
we'll have to really knuckle up.
logistics be darned.
There's
We're gonna be
there's
doing
space
it.
for a person here and space for a person there.
I've got 2 legs for
Look
him
at
to
that.
sit on. It's gonna be great.
Philip's kind of small. He could just perch on the table.
He sits on the corner.
we
like
can't do
Marvel.
that because the table bends every time I lean on it.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. But thanks guys for tuning in. Check out the Kickstarter. It's gonna be running for 15 days to 2 weeks. You got a little bit of time to get in there, but thank you guys also for those who've already backed it. That's been an incredible response, not just in the amount we've raised, but the amount of backers we actually have. So keep sharing the campaign, let people know about it, and we'll see you next week on SJGames Live.
So long.